Welcome to Thoroughbred Action at the Fall Turf Festival at Gulfstream Park West, and I'm joined by the most lovely bartender in the park, and that's Sadie. How are you, Sadie?
Great, I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
How's the meet been going for you?
Actually, it's been very good, good outcome, same people. It's a great, awesome crowd.
Well, you have to come and visit her. She's in the Paddock Bar, right by the Paddock Restaurant and Bar. Let's take a look at those track and weather conditions. The main track fast, turf course firm. Our first race, a claiming event, fillies and mares 3-year-olds and upward, $8,000. The claiming price, the off-time favorite, number 1, Ronan Victoria.
And thereof was a level beginning. From the outside, Sweet Dreamin' begins nicely. There goes Congrats Honey and Angel's Girl from down toward the inside, and they'll lead the way as they run out of this turf chute and hook up with the main course. Sweet Dreamin' comes away racing in third. Useful Berry between horses. Up on the outside, Bird Mudiful, expected to be caught about 5 wide right now, a length in front of an inside running Nice to Regal. Ghost on the run, drops back on the inside rail, saving ground under Leandro Gonsalves, and trailing the field is the stretch runner Ronan Victoria. Useful Berry and Eddie Martin slowly work to the top. They lead now by 2 over Angel's Girl in second. Sweet Dreamin' and Ghost on the run third and fourth. Racing in fifth now is Bird Mudiful. Then it's Nice to Regal, Ronan Victoria, and Congrats Honey at the back of the pack as they head down the backstretch. With the lead, it's still Useful Berry on top by 4 lengths now. Angel's Girl is second. Ghost on the run is third. Sweet Dreamin' is fourth. Nice to Regal is fifth. Congrats Honey starts to improve again while racing third last. Second last is Bird Mudiful, and Ronan Victoria continues to trail, closer now and only about 7 lengths behind. There's less than half a mile to go, and they take it to the far turn, and it's Useful Berry on top by 3. Racing in second now is on the inside Angel's Girl, who's working off the fence. Riding the inside, Nice to Regal is coming on nicely. Inside of Ghost on the run. Sweet Dreamin' scrubbed upon with no answer, and Ronan Victoria will have to cover ground, and they're at the top of the stretch. Cutting the corner on top, the leader is still Useful Berry by a length and a half. From the outside, Angel's Girl takes it to her second. In between horses, Nice to Regal. Ghost on the run is next. Ronan Victoria down the outside. Congrats Honey coming on. This is up for grabs. Here's Ghost on the run taking over the lead. Down the outside, Nice to Regal. Toward the inside, Angel's Girl fights on. Angel's Girl and Ghost on the run. Photo finish. Too close to call. Was it Angel's Girl inside or Ghost on the run on the outside? Photo finish in 1:38 and 2.
Number 2, Angel's Girl wins the opening event. Owned and trained by Steve Dwoskin. Ridden to victory today by Juan Leyva. The second race, a claiming event, 1 mile, fillies and mares 3-year-olds and upward. Scratch number 2, Spa Town Parade.
And they're up. From the center, Miss Prim and Need You Tonight both begin nicely. White Lion is sent for speed, and stablemate Let'n Go on the outside. The pace is quick and contested in the early stages. La Stupenda comes away racing second last, and on the outside the trailer, Madame Grace. So they sort themselves out and around the first turn run, and the leader now is Let'n Go by a neck. Miss Prim moves to apply pace pressure second as now they start to back down that early speed. White Lion taken in hand. Here's Madame Grace on the outside, forcing the hand of Need You Tonight, and La Stupenda is last, but there's only 2.5 from front to back after the opening quarter went in 26 and 1. Big time back down of the pace here as they run down the backstretch with 5 furlongs left to go, and the leader now is Miss Prim by a neck. Let'n Go is second, 3 wide, Need You Tonight third. White Lion gets a good run of it behind the speed from fourth, a neck better than Madame Grace, who's 4 wide on the course, and La Stupenda held up last for Jonathan Gonzalez, and will have to pick a path from there with half a mile to go. They move into the far turn after a 51 2/2 mile time. On the outside, here comes Madame Grace for the Bug Boy Rodriguez, trying to get to Miss Prim, who's still in front. Need You Tonight is now falling off the beat. La Stupenda needs to kickstart a rally. Meanwhile, White Lion travels very well. White Lion just needs to pick a path, is now trying to get to Madame Grace, who just took the lead. They're by 3/4 in 1:16 and 2, and they're at the top of the stretch. Madame Grace got first run and has the lead. White Lion to the attack now, second toward the inside. Let'n Go third. Now La Stupenda begins to find her feet, but she's far too late with 1/8 of a mile to go. The leader now is White Lion from Madame Grace second. Let'n Go third, then La Stupenda. Inside the 16th pole, White Lion has the lead, and White Lion will win it by almost 2 in the end. From Madame Grace second, in front of Let'n Go third. It's close fourth, Need You Tonight or La Stupenda, and 1:42 and 3.
Number 1, White Lion, 3-2 favorite. Scores for P&G Stable GDS Racing, trained by Gustavo Delgado and ridden to victory today by Edgar Zayas. We'll take a short break. Be back for the third race in just a couple of moments.
Point of Entry's taken the lead. Point of Entry has defeated Animal Kingdom by a length and a half.
Real Solution continues to attack on the outside. A wild finish coming here, and Point of Entry, oh, the classy Point of Entry would not be denied.
Point of Entry, a 5-time Grade 1 winner by Sire of Sires Dynaformer. New for 2014 at Adena Springs.
Watch world-class horse racing while dining on scrumptious world-class cuisine. Gulfstream Park features one of South Florida's most popular culinary destinations in Ten Palms. Located on the second floor of the clubhouse, Ten Palms features creative American dishes and daily specials overlooking beautiful Gulfstream Park. Enjoy delicious seafood and the finest in organic beef, whimsical desserts, and daily food and drink specials, all while taking in a breathtaking view of world-class racing. For a delicious afternoon of mouth-watering culinary delights, come to Gulfstream Park.
Welcome back. Our third race, 1 mile on the firm turf course. These are maiden 3-year-olds and upward. We'll have 8 runners going to the post.
And they're up. Toward the inside, Candyman Can wins the break and goes looking for the lead from Empire Road, who moves to challenge from the outside, and Bite the Gold is widest of all as they link up with the main course. From the outside, Bite the Gold puts ahead in front. Candyman Can is on the rail, and in between horses, it's Empire Road. They're a length and a half better than Wall Street Kitten, who's to the inside of Marketeer. Dothraki Road as a Warrior is on the inside. Then it's another length back. Second last early is American Strong, and the one with no early speed and dropping far back is Soul Allegiance. They move into the first turn and now straighten out for the run up the backstretch. From the inside, Empire Road. From the outside, Bite the Gold. Their heads apart. They're 2.5 lengths better than Wall Street Kitten, who lands in a good spot for Prado, tracking the speed from third. Candyman Can is now back racing in fourth, a length better than an improving Marketeer. American Strong on the outside. Dothraki Warrior toward the inside is second last, and it's still another 9 lengths detached. The trailer is Soul Allegiance. Opening quarter went in 23-1, the half mile in 47-1. Strong pace being set as they kick to the far turn. 3 wide. Here comes Wall Street Kitten to try to make a move to the lead. Candyman Can and Paco Lopez down inside with no place to go at the moment. American Strong continues to chip away with Marketeer behind the speed, and there's a 1/4 mile to go. 3 wide out there. Wall Street Kitten now takes the lead. Candyman Can getting off the fence for Lopez. Widest of all, it's American Strong coming on, and Empire Road continues to find inside. Final furlong. Here's American Strong now taking the lead and moving away from Wall Street Kitten. Empire Road is on the inside, and down the outside Candyman Can, but the one that can is American Strong. American Strong, too good for them. They win. He wins by 3. From Candyman Can second, it's close third between Wall Street Kitten and Marketeer.
Number 6, American Strong wins it, gives jockey Edgar Zayas his second win on the card, owned by Donald Disney and trained by Christophe Clement. Fourth race, 5.5 furlongs, 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races. Scratch the 3, Fairy Snow.
And they're up. Excellent King and Coro Coro, both with sharp beginnings. They move out for the early lead, and their heads apart in the early stages. Coming away third is Latent Fire and Pro Gold from down toward the inside. Game Day is away racing second last, and the early trailer is Congrats Rob. Down the backstretch and past the half-mile pole with the lead, it's Coro Coro by 3. Excellent King is second, Game Day is third. Congrats Rob moves up on the outside to take fourth. He gets around Latent Fire, who's now fifth, and trailing the field is Pro Gold. They move around the far turn after a 22-3 opening quarter time. 8-5 the price, Coro Coro the boss. The margin is only a length and a quarter. On the outside, Excellent King is second. Congrats Rob with an inside journey third. In front of Game Day, who's now back fourth. Nothing from the back markers, Pro Gold or Latent Fire, and they're at at the top of the stretch. Coro with the lead. Toward the outside, here comes a run from Congrats Rob, and now Pro Gold begins to find his feet. He's looking for clear passage for Lopez between them. He has it now, and here he comes. Here's Pro Gold trying to track down Congrats Rob, who has the lead. Congrats Rob is in front, but Pro Gold going 2 to his 1, and Pro Gold takes the lead. Pro Gold in front. Congrats Rob second, Latent Fire third in front of Game Day fourth in 106-1.
Number 1, Pro Gold. What a nice race. Scores for owner Morris Bailey, trained by Eddie Plisa Jr., and it's the return of Paco Lopez. The 5th race, 1 mile on the turf, starter, optional claimer, 3-year-olds and upward. Blinkers on the 1, Bingo Bango Bongo, scratch the 6, Storm Warning, scratch the 9, Macho Bull.
And they're up. Toward the inside, Bingo Bango Bongo begins nicely. So too does Fan Base and My Charming Clyde. Capital City moves to challenge. These 3 are quickest from Bingo Bango Bongo, who now drops back a bit. Stall Walking Dude is next. To the outside of him is the favorite Dusty Moore. Then at the back of the pack, the trailer is Ducduc as they run into the first turn. They're chasing the speed of Fan Base, seeking 3 in a row and a length and a half on top. My Charming Clyde saves ground while second. Just to the outside of him and racing third is Capital City. Then it's a length and a half to Stall Walking Dude, perfectly placed early by Rios, about 3.5 behind. A length and a half in front of Bingo Bango Bongo. To his outside is Dusty Moore, and the early trailer is Ducduc, and they went through the opening quarter in 23-3. Down the backstretch they go, and at 2-1, the leader is Fan Base by a length and 3/4. Racing second is My Charming Clyde. To his outside, and now third is Capital City. Racing fourth is Stall Walking Dude. He's a length better than Ducduc, who moves up between horses. To the outside, Dusty Moore, and now trailing is Bingo Bango Bongo, but he's only about 5 lengths behind, and they run around the far turn. 3 furlongs left to go after a half mile in 47-3. Fan Base continues to lead. Stall Walking Dude has been perfectly placed. He's second, lapped onto the leader now. Racing in third on the outside is My Charming Clyde, followed by Dusty Moore and Ducduc, and they're at the top of the stretch. Fan Base shaking up for the drive by Boca Chica, rebreaks and has the lead by 2. Stall Walking Dude to the attack second, 4 in front of Ducduc and My Charming Clyde. Inside the final furlong, Fan Base digging in and holding on. Stall Walking Dude trying to get after him late, but Fan Base has got it. Fan Base sharpened victory for 3 in a row. Stall Walking Dude second, third Bingo Bango Bongo. It's close for fourth between Ducduc and My Charming Clyde in 135-2.
Fan Base gets its 3rd victory in a row, owned by Michael Dove, Bethlehem Stables, and Gary Asquith, trained by Marcus Vitale, and ridden to victory today by Orlando Boca Chica. We'll take a break, be back for the 6 in just a little while.
A love of horses and a commitment to excellence have come together in the heart of Florida's Marion County. Owned by lifelong horseman Benjamin Leon Jr., Basilou Stables has assembled top-notch thoroughbreds, breeding and racing the champions of today and tomorrow. Breeders' Cup winner Royal Delta has thrilled the racing world with back-to-back wins in the Ladies' Classic. As a multi-year sponsor of the Fountain of Youth and the Florida Derby, Basilou Stables is a proud sponsor of Gulfstream Park.
Welcome back. Our 6th race, the 7-furlong sprint. These are 3-year-olds and upward. We'll have 8 runners going to the post. The off-time favorite, number 7, Quality Guy.
They're at the post. And they're off. Quality Guy missed the start about 3 lengths. From the outside, Distorted Image wins the break and goes looking for the lead. Moving up between horses, Huddy Up now up the challenge from second. Down to the inside, Majestic Hollywood comes away in good shape. He's third. It's 2 lengths to Oliver Rush, who's racing in fourth with Uncle Woodrow to the inside. Then Roma's Time. Off the fence, He's a Miracle, and Quality Guy alongside him at the back of the pack. Out of the chute and on to the main track after the opening quarter went in 22-2. It's Distorted Image on top by a length and a quarter. Majestic Hollywood is there second. Huddy Up is now third. Racing in fourth is He's a Miracle. Toward the inside, it's Oliver Rush. Wide is Roma's Time alongside stablemate Quality Guy. And now Uncle Woodrow is last, about 7 lengths behind. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Still up top, Distorted Image leads it by 2. Majestic Hollywood working harder but starting to gain into it second. Oliver Rush is now in third. third in front of He's a Miracle fourth. Moving up on the outside, Quality Guy with Roma's time widest of all, and Uncle Woodrow continues to trail alongside Huddy Up, and they're at the top of the stretch. They're by the half and 46 seconds flat, and they turn for the money, and Distorted Image is now set down for the drive by jockey Eduardo Nunez and re-breaks by 4. Majestic Hollywood is there second toward the inside, Uncle Woodrow, then Oliver Rush, and all the rest. But inside the 16th pole, Distorted Image is running up the score. It will be Distorted Image for the Furnungs, Kathleen O'Connell, and Eduardo Nunez by 5 lengths. Second was just Majestic Hollywood, up third, Quality Guy in front of Uncle Woodrow, then Oliver Rush in 125 flat.
Number 6, Distorted Image, proves much the best and scores for Brent Furnung, trained by Kathleen O'Connell, ridden by Eduardo Nunez, and pays a very nice $17.20. The 7th race, these are fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races. Jockey on the 5, Jorge Calderon. The big favorite, number 6, Lucky Empress.
And they're off. Very poor beginning for Everyone Loves Me. She spotted the leaders about 4 lengths early. From the center, Lucky Empress and Cosmic Crown get the first calls, and moving out for the early lead. Toward the inside, Ben de Silver now races in third with Sharp and Pretty to her outside. Smokin Alley is between horses, followed by Notably Silver. In tight a little bit is Giacomo Zaria. She's second last, and Everyone Loves Me after that bad beginning is last of all as they bend into the first turn. They're chasing the speed of long shot Cosmic Crown and George Calderon on top by 3 lengths now. Lucky Empress taken hold by Prado to be second in front of Sharp and Pretty third. Racing fourth is Ben de Silver in front of Smokin Alley. Then it's Notably Silver, a length and a half in front of Giacomo Zaria, and trailing Everyone Loves Me. Opening quarter, 23 and 4. Down the backstretch they go. Cosmic Crown at 70-1 makes the pace, but here's the heavy hitter. Lucky Empress travels under snug restraint while second, a length and a half off the lead. Sharp and Pretty is now third. In front of Ben de Silver, fourth. Smokin Alley improves with an inside journey. Covering ground out wide is Notably Silver, but here she goes. Notably Silver has moved up 2 spots and starts to move up now. Meanwhile, Lucky Empress just took the lead. Lucky Empress 1-5 and opens up without being asked. Smokin Alley is now second. From the outside, Notably Silver is a joint third with Sharp and Pretty, then Giacomo Zaria and Ben de Silver, and they're at the top of the stretch. Barring something unforeseen, Lucky Empress cuts the corner with the race to win or lose, and she's 5 in front. Racing second, Smokin Alley, then to the inside, Ben de Silver is next. Notably Silver running up on the outside. Inside the final furlong, it's Lucky Empress. Never asked to run by Prado, now he chirps her along, and she's long gone. Lucky Empress, easily. Notably Silver up second in front of Smokin Alley third, Ben de Silver fourth in 138.
Number 6, Lucky Empress, just cruises to victory. What an impressive performance. Owned by Patricia Genazario, trained by Jane Sibeli, and ridden to victory today by Edgar Prado. The 8th race, 7 furlongs. It's a starter optional claimer, 3-year-olds and upward. Scratch number 8, Whiskey Tap.
And they're up. From the center, Karate Jack wins the break and goes looking for the lead, but there goes Double Judge, and these two will get acquainted as they run out of the chute. They've opened up 2 lengths already on CD Gold, who's away racing in third. It's a 2-length margin to Crazy Clown Time, who's now fourth with Political Justice on his outside. The favorite Moment's Notiz between them and spotted about 5 lengths back. It's a stretch of another 4 lengths back to All Keyed Up with Rocky Gap alongside. To the outside, Ravello's Boy, and Funded has last a long way. He must be 15 lengths off the speed after the opening quarter went in a very sharp 22 seconds flat. The speed of Double Judge is less than a half mile from home and 2 on top. Tipping to the outside is Karate Jack to re-engage from second. CD Gold is now racing third. Crazy Clown Time is fourth. To his outside, Moment's Notiz. The favorite is spotted well. He's within 5 lengths of the top and beginning to improve now. 3 in front of Political Justice, then Rocky Gap and Ravello's Boy. The last to turn for home are Funded and All Keyed Up, and they race to the top of the stretch. The very sharp Karate Jack comes up on the outside of Double Judge, who tries to kick back and find more. Half mile and 44 and 4. They're into the stretch drive. Karate Jack for a short lead. Double Judge is tenacious and battles back, but here's Moment's Notiz, and Moment's Notiz sat foul with that early speed, and he takes the lead. Funded is rolling. Here comes Funded down the outside. Does Funded have enough time? Here's Funded. Gonna be tight? It's too close to call. Maybe Funded in the last stride from absolutely last to run down Moment's Notiz in 124 and 2.
Number 1 Fundit does its best Silky Sullivan impression, comes flying late and gets the photo for PS Quadrato, trained by Monty Brinsley and ridden to victory today by Luca Panici, paying $14 to win. Boy, this one came from the clouds. We're going to take a short break and be back for the late Daily Double.
Sport of Kings, Florida's most unique venue, located at beautiful Gulfstream Park, has hosted elegant weddings, spectacular concerts, and the grandest of social events. Surrounded by lush gardens, pedestrian promenades, and inviting streetscapes in the signature style of Addison Meisner, Sport of Kings is the ideal venue for intimate gatherings or groups as large as 500. Our events coordinators and audio and visual production specialists can customize the room to any needs, while our chefs can create scrumptious menus. For information on holding your next event at Gulfstream Park's Sport of Kings, call our event specialists at 954-457-6186.
Welcome back for our 9th race, 1 mile and 1/16 on the turf. These are maiden filly 2-year-olds. Scratch number 9, Prom Dress.
And they're up. From the center, Classy Klepper gets the first call and goes looking for the lead. Toward the inside, Indigita showing speed. Moving up from the outside, that's Merca. These three are quickest, and they're a length and 3/4 in front of Headmistress, who comes away in a good spot, racing 4th. To the outside of her is Susie's Pride of Paris. Then it's the first-timer Native Strike. Moving by her inside is Laert de Montagne, and trailing the field is Gabby's Kitten. Moving into the first turn with 3 horses across the track, Indigita with inside position and a narrow lead. Classy Klepper is in tight between horses, and Merca is out 3 wide. Headmistress gets the best seat in the house for Gonsalves, about 2.5 behind while racing 4th. Now moving up on the inside is Laert de Montagne, a length and a half in front of both Native Strike and Susie's Pride of Paris on the outside, and the trailer is Gabby's Kitten. Quarter time, 23-3. A lot of shuffling now as mid-race moves being made, and up for the lead, it's Merca. Merca by a neck toward the inside. Indigita fights back second. Classy Klepper has lost a spot. Moving up is Laert de Montagne. Meanwhile, Zayas rides the inside with Native Strike, who's drawn within 2 of the lead. Headmistress will tip to the outside for clear passage, and here she comes now to get into 3rd. Susie's Pride of Paris will have to negotiate some traffic, and Gabby's Kitten held up last with 3 furlongs to go. The leader continues to be Indigita, now by 3/4 of a length. Merca working harder second. Headmistress is 3rd. Susie's Pride of Paris is tipped out for the drive. Native Strike will save inside position and try to kick on from there, and they're at the top of the stretch. Indigita is trying to spring this upset from dead last. Gabby's Kitten is rolling. Susie's Pride of Paris and Native Strike with Laert de Montagne, but they've not tracked down Indigita yet. Indigita and Rodriguez trying to hold sway. Native Strike is surging toward the rail. Gabby's Kitten coming to the line. Indigita's 21-1, and she's home safe from Native Strike second. Appears Gabby's Kitten 3rd. Close 4th, Susie's Pride of Paris and Laert de Montagne.
Number 1, Indigita comes flying to spring the upset and pays $45.60. Owned by Katerina Kupasheva, trained by Louis Arzola, and ridden to victory today by apprentice Eric Rodriguez. In the 10th and final race, a 6-furlong sprint. These are claimers, 2-year-olds. Scratch number 11, Tama.
And runners away. From the outside, Wayne's Way wins the break. Down toward the inside, It's Not Me moves to challenge. It's Not Me puts ahead in front. Conspiracy again comes away racing in second between horses Jojo Cool. Then it's Wayne's Way and Tricky Call also away in the top flight. Widest of all is Walk Away Slow. Jack's comprised toward the inside in front of Brown Magic. To his outside is Keyed for Speed. It's a length back to Bagration and 3 lengths to the trailer, Mr. 954. Past the half mile and kicking to the far turn. It's Not Me on top by a length and 3/4. Conspiracy again is second. Jack's comprise is now 3rd. To the outside, it's Walk Away Slow 4th. Retreating from 5th after an early pace battle is Tricky Call. In between horses, Wayne's Way. To the outside, Bagration. Also trying to get involved is Keyed for Speed and Brown Magic, and they're at the top of the stretch. It's Not Me. It looks like it is. He's off the top of the turn, dominating, and 6 on top. Walk Away Slow is now out after him second. It's 3 lengths back to Wayne's Way. Trying to get around Conspiracy again, and up the inside, Bagration. Inside the final furlong, It's Not Me. Oh, yes, it is. He's a 16th from the money with no dangers. It's Not Me for back-to-back victories, right back for the new connections. He wins by 2.5. Second, Was Walk Away Slow from Wayne's Way third. Fourth, Conspiracy Again, and Mr. 954 to complete your high five.
Number 2, It's Not Me. Very impressive in the nightcap, owned by White Wabbit Racing, trained by George Navarro, ridden to victory by apprentice Arnie Fontanez. In the Super High Five, 5 of 5, paid $10,855.70. In the Perfect 10, 8 of 10, $2,933.30. We'll have a $25,000 jackpot guarantee. And that wraps up Monday's action. We're docked for live racing on Tuesday, but come back on Wednesday and do me a favor. Come visit Sadie at the Paddock Bar.
Thank you.
Bye.